the night Memphis held its breath. Memphis, Tennessee, July 30th, 1974, Tuesday night. The air hangs thick and wet, the kind of southern humidity that makes your shirt stick to your back before you even step outside. Streetlights flicker on Beale Street, casting yellow pools on cracked sidewalks, where the blues were born, where legends walked before they became legends. The city feels restless tonight. Something electric in the air, something coming. The Mid-South Coliseum sits on the edge of the fairgrounds, a concrete and steel structure that holds 11,000 people when packed tight. Tonight it's beyond packed. 12,500 bodies crammed into seats, aisles, standing room. The fire marshal stopped counting an hour ago, gave up. What's he going to do? Shut down Elvis Presley. The walls sweat. The crowd sweats. Everyone's waiting. Backstage, in a dressing room with peeling paint and a mirror, surrounded by bare bulbs, Elvis Presley sits alone. 39 years old, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds, maybe more. The weight came on in the last year, came on fast. The jumpsuits had to be let out twice. The white suit he's wearing tonight, the one with the eagle on the back, the one that cost $10,000, barely zips. He can feel it straining when he breathes, can feel his body betraying him in small ways that add up to something he doesn't want to name. His hands shake slightly, not from nerves, from the pills. Uppers to wake him, downers to sleep him, painkillers for his back, for his neck, for the constant ache that never leaves. He doesn't remember the last day without pills, doesn't remember the last night he slept naturally. The bottles sit in his bag, orange plastic with white caps, each one prescribed by a different doctor, each doctor thinking they're the only one, each one believing they're helping the king. But here's what nobody in that crowd knows yet, what even the band doesn't fully understand. Tonight isn't just another show. Tonight is Elvis trying to prove something to himself, trying to find something he lost, trying to remember who he was before the pills, before the weight, before the divorce papers Linda left on the kitchen table 3 weeks ago, before everything became about just getting through. The knock on the door comes at 8:47 p.m. 3 sharp raps. His manager Red West pokes his head in. 5 minutes EP. Crowd's getting restless. Elvis nods.
Doesn't speak.
His throat feels tight. He reaches for the water bottle, takes a sip, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. The cape sits on a chair beside him, heavy with rhinestones and embroidery. 75 pounds of fabric and sparkle. He'll have to wear that. Have to lift his arms, move, perform like he did in 68, in 70, when everything still felt possible. You okay, boss? Red asks. Not moving from the doorway. Concerned. Always concerned now. Everyone watching him like he's made of glass.
Yeah.
The word comes out rough. Elvis clears his throat.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just give me a minute. Red hesitates, then closes the door. Elvis is alone again. He stares at himself in the mirror. The face looking back is his but also isn't. Swollen around the edges. Eyes that used to spark with something indefinable, now just look tired. When did that happen? When did he stop being Elvis and start being this? His mind drifts. Can't help it. Goes back to 1954. 20 years ago. Sun Records. Sam Phillips. Sitting behind the board. Patient. Waiting for something. Elvis just a kid with a guitar. And a dream so big it hurt. Singing That's All Right. For the first time. Finding something in his voice he didn't know was there. The moment everything changed. The moment he became possible. He remembers the speed of it. The way success came fast and furious. Ed Sullivan. Movies. Screaming Girls. The Army. Priscilla. Vegas. All of it blurring together until he couldn't tell where the performance ended. And the man began. Somewhere in there. He lost the thread. Lost the thing that made it matter. The divorce papers. That's what broke something fundamental. Lisa Marie asking why daddy doesn't live at home anymore. 9 years old. Looking at him with those eyes that see everything. That know more than a kid should know. Elvis telling her it's complicated. Knowing that's not an answer. Knowing he failed at the one thing that should have been simple. Being there. But tonight he's going to try. Try to find it again. The magic. The reason. The thing that made a poor kid from Tupelo believe he could be somebody. 8:52 p.m. Another knock. It's time EP. Elvis stands. His knees protest. His back sends a sharp warning up his spine. He ignores it. Reaches for the cape. Red helps him put it on, adjusting it across his shoulders. The weight settles. Elvis takes a breath. Then another. Okay. He looks at Red. Let's go. The walk from the dressing room to the stage feels longer than it should. Concrete hallways painted industrial gray. His boots echo. The sound of the crowd grows louder with each step. A roar. An ocean. 12,500 people who paid money, drove hours, waited in line all to see him, all believing he's still the king, all expecting magic. He reaches the stage entrance. The curtain is thick red velvet, moth-eaten at the edges. Beyond it the band is already playing the intro. Also Sprach Zarathustra, the theme from 2001, his entrance music, dramatic, bombastic, larger than life. The crowd recognizes it immediately. The roar doubles, triples. Jerry Schilling touches his shoulder. His old friend, part of the Memphis Mafia, since the beginning. You got this, E. Elvis nods. Doesn't trust his voice yet. The music builds. This is the moment. The moment he steps through that curtain and becomes Elvis again. Becomes what they need him to be. Becomes what he needs himself to be. But then something happens. Something nobody expected. His vision blurs. Just for a second. The edges go soft. His heart hammers in his chest. Too fast. Irregular. The pills. Too many uppers. His doctor warned him. Cut back. Take it easy. Your heart can't handle this pace. But Elvis doesn't know how to take it easy. Doesn't know how to be less than Elvis. He reaches out, steadies himself against the wall. Red sees it immediately. I'm good. The word's automatic. Just give me a second. But he's not good. The curtain is right there. The music is reaching its climax. The crowd is screaming his name. Elvis! 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 And he's standing here, 39 years old, overweight, overmedicated, questioning everything, questioning if he can do this, if he should do this, if stepping through that curtain means anything anymore, or if it's just a performance of a performance of a performance until there's nothing real left. Red's voice cuts through. Urgent now. Elvis. Talk to me. Elvis looks at him. Really looks. Red's been with him since the beginning. Seen everything. The highs, the lows, the middle, where it all gets muddy. Red's eyes show worry. Fear. Maybe. The kind of fear you have when you watch someone you love destroying themselves slowly, and you're powerless to stop it. I don't know if I can do this tonight. The words come out, before Elvis can stop them. Honest. Raw. The kind of honesty he hasn't allowed himself in years. Red doesn't flinch. Doesn't try to pump him up with false confidence. Just says, what do you need? What does he need? The question hangs there. He needs to not hurt. Needs to sleep without pills. Needs his wife back. Needs his daughter to look at him, without that sadness. Needs to be 24 again. Hungry again. Fighting for something that matters. But all he says is, I need to remember why I started. The music is ending. 10 seconds until his cue. 5. The crowd is chanting now. A unified roar that shakes the building's foundation. Then something shifts. Something small but essential. Elvis thinks about that kid at Sun Records. That poor kid with nothing but a voice. And a belief. That kid didn't have a choice. Didn't have pills or jumpsuits or expectations. Just had the need to sing. The need to be heard. The need to matter. Maybe that's still there. Buried under everything else. Maybe it never left. Elvis straightens. Rolls his shoulders. The cape settles properly. His heart is still racing. But he decides that's okay. Let it race. Let it feel something. I'm ready. He says it to Red. Says it to himself. Red nods. Steps back. The curtain tech looks at Elvis. Waiting for the signal. Elvis gives it. A nod. Quick. Certain. The curtain parts. The light hits him. Like a physical force. Blinding white. Hot. The roar of the crowd becomes something beyond sound. It's pressure. It's energy. It's 12,500 people's hopes and memories. And needs all focused on one man standing on a stage in a white jumpsuit that barely fits. Elvis doesn't move for 3 full seconds. Just stands there. Lets them see him. Lets them scream. Lets the moment build. Then he grabs the microphone with his right hand. His left hand goes up in that signature gesture. Half wave. Half blessing. The crowd loses their minds. Completely. Women screaming. Men shouting. The sound is almost painful. Elvis brings the mic to his lips. Says 2 words. Well, hello. His voice. That voice. It's still there. Rough around the edges now. Deeper than it used to be. But unmistakably his. The crowd erupts again. Someone in the 3rd row is crying. Full tears streaming down her face. She's maybe 45, wearing a dress she probably bought special for tonight. And she's crying like she's seeing God. Maybe she is. In a way. The band kicks into CC Rider. Up tempo. Driving, Elvis starts moving. Not like he used to. Can't do those leg kicks anymore. Can't drop to his knees. Can't move like a 24-year-old. But he finds something else. A different kind of power. Controlled. Purposeful. He owns the stage not through gymnastics, but through presence. Through that indefinable thing that made him Elvis in the first place. 3 songs in, something interesting happens. The pills start wearing off. The artificial energy fades, and underneath it, Elvis finds something real. Finds that kid from Tupelo, who just wanted to sing, who just wanted to move people. He starts connecting with the crowd, on a level that's been missing from shows for months. He talks to them, really talks, not the scripted banter, just conversation, tells them about Lisa Marie, about missing her, about making mistakes. The crowd goes quiet, listening. This isn't what they expected. This is something else, something raw. Y'all ever feel like you lost your way? Elvis asks. Not rhetorical. Genuine, like you woke up one day, and didn't recognize who you'd become. 12,500 people dead silent, hanging on every word.
Yeah.
Elvis nods. Me too, every damn day. A woman in the front row says, "We love you, Elvis." Not screaming it, just saying it. Simple, true. Elvis looks at her, really sees her. Thank you, darling. I needed to hear that tonight. Then he does something unexpected. He sits down on the edge of the stage. Just sits, legs dangling. The band keeps playing softly behind him. He's got the mic in his hand, and for a moment he's not the king. He's just a man having a conversation with 12,500 friends. This song, he pauses. This song, I'm about to sing. I recorded it in 1969. Didn't understand it then. Not really. But lately, his voice catches. Lately, I understand it too well. The opening notes of Suspicious Minds begin. But different. Slower. More deliberate. More painful. Elvis starts singing. Not performing. Singing. Like he's alone in that dressing room. Looking at himself in the mirror. Trying to figure out how he got here. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out. His voice cracks on the second line. He doesn't hide it. Doesn't try to smooth it over. Just lets it crack. Lets the imperfection show. And somehow that makes it more powerful. More real. The crowd is transfixed. This isn't the polished Vegas Elvis. This isn't the movie star. This is something they've never seen before. This is Elvis without armor. Elvis without the performance. Just Elvis. Halfway through the song, tears start running down his face. He doesn't wipe them away. Just keeps singing. The band follows his lead, keeping it intimate, keeping it raw. Charlie Hodge on guitar is playing with his eyes closed. He knows what's happening. They all do. This is Elvis trying to save himself in real time. When the song ends, the silence lasts 5 full seconds. Then the applause starts. But it's different. Not screaming. Just appreciation. Respect. Love. The kind of response you give when someone shows you their truth. Elvis stands up slowly, wipes his face with the back of his hand, smiles. A real smile. Small. Tired. Honest. Thank you. His voice is rough. Thank you for letting me be real tonight. The show continues. 2 more hours. Elvis gives everything he has. Sings Can't Help Falling in Love. Like it's the last song he'll ever sing. Gives away scarves to women in the front row. Signs autographs. Does the things they came to see. But something's changed. Something fundamental shifted when he sat on that edge of the stage. And let them see the man behind the myth. By the time he gets to American Trilogy, his voice is shredded. Completely gone. He's running on pure will. The final note comes, and Elvis holds it as long as he can, longer than he should, until his lungs are completely empty, and his vision starts to tunnel. Then he lets go, drops his arm. The arena goes dark, except for one spotlight on him. Elvis stands there, breathing hard, soaked in sweat. The jumpsuit is drenched. The cape feels like it weighs 200 pounds, but he feels lighter somehow. Lighter than he's felt in years. The lights come up. The crowd is on their feet. All 12,500 of them, not moving, just standing, giving him something more valuable than screams, giving him witness, giving him acknowledgement, that they saw what just happened, that they understood. Elvis bows, slow, deep, the kind of bow you give when you mean it. Then he turns, and walks off stage, each step, deliberate. He makes it to the wings. Red is there. Jerry. The whole Memphis Mafia. They're all looking at him different. Like they just saw something they thought was gone forever. Elvis doesn't say anything, just nods, keeps walking, back to the dressing room, back to that room with the peeling paint and the harsh lights. He closes the door, leans against it, slides down until he's sitting on the floor, his back against the door, the cape pulled around him like melted gold. His heart is racing, his body is screaming, every muscle aches, his voice is destroyed. It'll take days to recover, maybe longer. But something else is different, something inside. That knot that's been in his chest for months, the one that made it hard to breathe, made it hard to care, made it hard to be. It's loosened, just a little, just enough. He thinks about Lisa Marie, about calling her tomorrow, really talking to her, not the surface stuff, real conversation. He thinks about the pills in his bag, about maybe, trying to cut back, about finding a real doctor, not just someone who'll write prescriptions, about trying to be healthy, about trying to be present, about trying to be the man his daughter deserves, not just the icon the world expects. But then reality crashes back. The next show is in 3 days. Then another. 70 shows this year. His body can't sustain this. The pills are the only thing keeping him upright. The only thing making it possible to perform night after night. Without them he'd collapse. He knows that. Everyone knows that. So what was tonight? A moment of clarity. A brief window into what could be. Or just another performance. This time performing vulnerability instead of swagger. Elvis doesn't know. Can't know. All he knows is that for 2 hours tonight, he felt something he hasn't felt in years. He felt real. And maybe that has to be enough. Maybe that's all anyone can ask for. 2 hours of truth, in a life built on performance. A knock on the door. EP? You okay in there? Yeah. Elvis says. His voice barely works. Yeah. I'm okay. But he doesn't move. Just sits there on the floor, in his $10,000 jumpsuit, surrounded by the costume of being Elvis, and thinks about that kid at Sun Records. That kid who just wanted to sing. That kid who had no idea what he was starting. No idea that 20 years later, he'd be sitting on a dressing room floor in Memphis, trying to remember who he was. The thing nobody tells you about being a legend is that you have to live inside the legend. You have to wake up every day and be what people need you to be, even when you don't recognize yourself anymore, even when the mirror shows you someone you don't know, even when every cell in your body is screaming for rest, for peace, for permission to just be human. Tonight, Elvis Presley was human. For 2 hours, he stopped being the king and started being a man, and 12,500 people witnessed it. They saw him crack, saw him break, saw him put himself back together in real time. Some of them understood, some just wanted the hits, but everyone there will remember it, will tell their kids and grandkids. I was there the night Elvis cried on stage, the night he told us the truth. Truth. That's what it comes down to. That's what Elvis found tonight. Not in the pills, not in the performance. In the moment when he stopped trying to be Elvis, and just let himself be, in the crack in his voice, in the tears on his face, in the honesty of I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe that's all any of us can do. Try to figure it out. Try to find moments of truth, in lives built on performance. Try to remember who we were before the world told us who we should be. Elvis sits on that floor for 20 minutes. Eventually he'll have to get up, take off the jumpsuit, wash away the sweat and the makeup, become just a man again. Tomorrow, he'll wake up in his hotel room, reach for the pills, make the same decisions he always makes, the same cycle, the same trap. But tonight, for 2 hours he was free. Tonight, he remembered. And sometimes, remembering is enough. Sometimes, one true moment can sustain you through 1,000 false ones. Sometimes, showing 12,500 people your broken heart is the bravest thing you can do. Memphis held its breath tonight. Held it while a legend tried to remember how to be human. Held it while the king showed his crown was heavy. Held it while Elvis Presley, 39 years old, overweight, overmedicated, and overwhelmed, sang like his life depended on it. Because maybe it did. Maybe that's what tonight was. Not a performance. A prayer. A plea. A man asking the universe, is there anything left worth saving? Is there any part of me that's still real? And for 2 hours, the answer was yes. For 2 hours, Elvis Presley was exactly who he needed to be. Not the icon, not the legend, just a man with a voice, trying to connect, trying to matter, trying to remember why he started singing in the first place. The pills are still in his bag. The jumpsuit will need to be cleaned for the next show. The cycle will continue. But tonight, something shifted. Something small but essential. A crack in the armor. A glimpse of the man inside. And for everyone who was there, for everyone who witnessed it, that glimpse will last forever. That's the real magic, not the performance. The moment when the performance stops, and something true takes its place. The moment when being human becomes more powerful than being perfect. The moment when Elvis stopped trying to be Elvis, and just let himself be. Memphis remembers. 12,500 people remember. And somewhere, in a dressing room with peeling paint, a man sits on the floor, and remembers too. Remembers that under all the costumes and pills and performances, there's still a kid from Tupelo, who just wanted to sing, who just wanted to be heard, who just wanted to matter. And tonight, he did. Tonight, he mattered more than he has in years, not because of what he showed them, because of what he let them see.